Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and man, oh man, I got a wild one for you. Just when you think the stars, the moon, the sun has aligned in a particular way, the Koch brother, Charles Koch, has endorsed Nikki Haley. It is he believes he's an ultra conservative Republican. Dare I call him a Republican? I'm going to say independent because I don't know what party he's in because powerful people like him put money on both sides. However, he has a belief that Nikki Haley can beat Donald Trump. I'll say it again. He believes that Nikki Haley can beat Donald Trump. Now, the only one who Haley beat was Chris Christie. Let me take this off. Wait a minute. The only one who she beat was Chris Christie, but it was Vivek who said, "Chris Christie, get off the stage." he he unveiled Chris Christie and put him off, and Chris Christie lost twice with a presidential job to being president of the United States. He didn't. This time, he didn't even get past the primaries. He got booted off before that. He just said, "Okay, let me go ahead and close the campaign. Let me close it down." But for some reason, the Koch brothers believe that he is going to that Nikki Haley's going to win. Okay, now he's funding her through the super PAC of America for Prosperity. Now, action. Now, my thought is this: as the United States is falling apart by the seams. Now, all of a sudden, you're talking about prosperity. I want to know, how much money have you made by the United States falling apart, being decimated by the seams? But that's for another live stream. So here, he funds the super PAC, as I just said, the America for Prosperity. And I'm going to put this in the chat for you to take a look at. Uh-oh. Take a look at that PDF and just, it's going to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up because he put $70 million into this fund for Nikki Haley. Let's see how that goes. I see her getting knocked off real soon. But the Politico, Koch-backed super PAC endorses Nikki Haley as a Trump alternative. Now, my thought is this: if you see a lot of people, namely, I'm going to say Black Americans, let's just start there, Black Americans that are turning towards Trump, who are mostly Democrats, are looking at the Democratic Party saying, we do not trust you. And I was a lifelong Democrat, and I'm an independent, and I'm looking like, no, I do not trust the Democrats. Now, when people look at Nikki Haley, I mean, I did videos about her before, and I'm not going to get into that part of it, but just simply her politics. She's not strong, in my opinion. She's not strong. She's not strong. She is not strong enough to beat Vivek, even though her and Vivek, they really go toe to toe and they really go after each other. They decimate each other. But within that decimation, I don't see her going after any other candidate the way she goes after Vivek. Now, I don't see her saying much about Trump. Mm-mm. Trump would unveil too much about her. Now, Vivek unveiled a lot about her, wrote on a piece of paper, holding up saying that she's corruption. Now, I'm pretty sure the Koch brothers know that she was bankrupt, then became, what was it, a diplomat, and all of a sudden became a millionaire. Quite interesting. How did that happen? And what deals did she make for Biden? What deals does she make? Okay. But let me go back onto this. I mean, I thought this was funny. Not funny, but interesting. An influential super PAC backed by Koch brothers announced in his endorsing Nikki Haley in the 2024 presidential primaries, giving her a significant financial boost ahead of the upcoming Iowa caucuses. In a memo released on Tuesday morning, Americans for Prosperity Action said it planned to commit its extensive grassroots organization to help Haley, and it will launch mail and television advertisement campaigns to boost their on the grassroots efforts over the summer. And and the group announced it would plug up to 70 million into political races this year. Keep in mind that the Americans for Prosperity is backed by the Koch brother, Charles Koch. It is the first of its time the group has weighed in on the presidential primary. Interesting. Now, Donald Trump and Joe Biden will only further perpetuate the country's downward spiral in politics. Furthermore, a significant majority of the voters want someone new. Um, Nikki Haley. Uh, that's I'm just simply, a new and read the Let me see, what was that? Read the memo from Emily Siddle, the senior advisor of America for Prosperity Action. According to the memo, the group poured over polling and feedback from voters before it reached a decision to back Nikki Haley, who has recently seen a rise in support. However, the former President Donald Trump remains dominant in the race. Now, that point right there, Donald Trump, Donald Trump is he hasn't campaigned because he's been busy with all of these legal issues that he has ever since he said, I'm going to run for president. All of a sudden, all these illegal issues popped out of the seams, and Joe Biden admitted to it. He admitted to it that he was behind it. Mr. Biden, it's on video you saying that. So, you can't walk that one back no matter how hard you try. Okay, at the onset of our strategy, we made it clear we would be business like in our decisions. We would support the candidate capable of turning the page of Washington's toxic culture and a candidate who can win. And last night we concluded that that analysis, that the candidate is Nikki Haley, and the memo continued. Interesting. Now, that's what's polling saying. And within the same breath saying, yes, we're going to support Nikki Haley. The Koch brothers is behind her. Yes, we're going to support her. But Donald Trump is predominant in the race. So they are backing Nikki Haley, knowing that Trump is 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 the front runner. Interesting. Now, the Koch brothers, or shall I say Charles Koch, has made it abundantly clear that he does not like Trump. He loathes Trump, and I know loathe is a strong word. He doesn't like Biden, in which I understand Biden is a pitfall. I mean, when he goes through the court system, we're going to find out a whole lot of stuff about Biden that we did not know, and it's going to get worse for him. It's bad enough that his son, but I'm not going to go down that road. Now, Vivek has said a lot about Nikki Haley, which makes me stop and think, like, okay, Koch brothers. I mean, you know a lot about her. Now, are you backing her and putting your hand up her back, in the back of her shirt? Like, are you going to like control her? Is that what? Just a thought. Just a thought. My thought is this, because she is well, I can't say that she's compromised, but by her having to have these super PACs to support her, she is going to have to do her will, their will. Vivek is supporting himself. He put money aside, so he is a free agent. He doesn't need the backing of these rich people. Vivek has his own money, like Trump. He's using his own money, so he doesn't have to be anything to anyone. So those two guys right there. But I could only imagine what Nikki Haley agreed to do in order to get that money. And that's what super PACs do. And it just so happens to be the Americans for Prosperity Action. Grassroots. Really grassroots? I don't know. But here, I thought this really made me say, A person close to Koch network granted anonymity to disclose private conversations said the decision was made on Monday. They ultimately decided on Nikki Haley after considering the North Dakota governor, Doug Burgum, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, and Governor Ron DeSantis. The memo also made the case that choosing Trump as a nominee would affect other political races next cycle, in sharp contrast to recent elections that were dominated by the negative baggage of Donald Trump, in which good candidates lost races that should have won. Nikki Haley at the top of the ticket would boost candidates up and down the ballot, winning like the key independent and the moderate voters. And Trump has no chance to win, the memo read. Well, I think they were just very short-sighted for them to even conclude that. I don't know what polls they were looking at, don't know, but Trump has a lot of backing, not only from Democrats, but also people that are independent. They're looking at what other people are doing. They're like, no, 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 thank you. No, thank you. We're going to go over here because we see what Trump did. Trump put us in a better economical position. People were making money. Now, Biden, look where we're at. We're in two wars. Two, not one, two. And we haven't even come out of the Afghanistan. There's still some of us still left there. I mean, it's a disaster, complete disaster. We're over there in the ukulele country, and now we're over there in real. So there's a lot going on with Biden and what he allowed to start. Now, Nikki Haley, I just don't see the strength behind her. I don't see it. I just don't. I don't see her pattern of of ongoing success. I just don't see it. I see a little here and a little there. No. Vivek, I see a lot of success. I see that he was able to grow his company into where it is through innovation. Now, Trump has a lot of experience. Yes, he had his ups and downs, but as president, he did do a lot and he did bring calm into certain part of the world. Over in the Middle East, it was a lot better than what it is at this very moment. It is complete chaos over there. But Trump, and I know I'm deviating a little bit, just rock with me for a second. He did develop the Abraham Accord Treaty, in which there were a lot of how can I say, there was peace. All of a sudden, gone. Now, what can Nikki Haley do to bring peace over there? Just a thought. So Nikki Haley is a Koch brothers endorsement. They endorsed her. Now, when you look at the AFP, the Americans for Prosperity Action, and it's to and this memo, I put it in the chat, check it out, says that earlier this year, when Americans for Prosperity Action announced in 2024 political strategy, we shared our candidates' assessment of how our broken was, or I'm sorry, as how our broken our politics has was standing in the way of advancing good policy. But we also saw the opportunity to help ensure a brighter future for our country. Now, the policies have been, now, the broken policies, you're going to have to look at the broken policy makers. Got to look at that. Look at them. What super PACs were they following? Because they sure enough weren't following the people. I just don't see Nikki Haley would follow the people. I see her following the super PACs and giving them what they want to take their policies and make it into law, and then we, the smaller people, get screwed over. And I have to say, I wasn't a fan of Trump's, but I look at his policies and how his policies helped the average man. Yes, he helped people make money. He helped a large segment of the Black American community was able to get money to start their businesses. But as soon as Biden came in, he took all of that away. I would like to know, just as me being in the Black American community, I would like to know, what is Nikki Haley going to do for Black people? Is she going to put in $50 billion for startups, for business? Because small businesses is what makes America strong. I just don't see what she has done to help business. I just don't see it. Now, then next, I saw some. I wish I could bring it up, but I saw some interesting tweets. Um, um, now, Nikki Haley was a former UN ambassador and a South Carolina governor, and when she was a UN ambassador, that's where she made a lot of her money. Vivek said that. He said that she made her money in that. Now, here, Simon Ateba, he put a tweet out saying, "I would like to tell you something uncomfortable, a bitter truth. Any anything else is a lie. Do not be deceived by the propaganda demagogues and the politicians who just aligned with the winds." When Nikki Haley said it is a two-man race after losing in Iowa, it was not about Trump. Oh goodness. Okay, it all didn't come out. Okay. Well, it all it all didn't come out, but it's quite interesting. And I know you can't hear this, so now Nikki Haley was supposed to go to New Hampshire, but that right there was canceled. I I'm just wondering, the Koch brother, Charles Koch, by him putting that much, $70 million is a lot of money for a nonprofit, a grassroots. It's just a lot, but we could see where that goes. But on that note, please like, subscribe, and forward my videos. And if you don't like my videos, dislike the video, subscribe, and then tell me why you don't like it. And on that note, I really want to thank you for stopping by.